Hello everyone, Professor Halsey here, and we're looking at our Module 4 Project Inheritance. This is what's due by the end of the week, and we are using Replit here. So first we'll download our instructions and our template, log into your Replit account, and join me. Okay, so we are continuing our stock tracking app. And this week we are going to cover inheritance, and we'll implement inheritance in our stock program. We'll create 3 classes, then we'll run a unit test, and then we're going to add some more to our stock menu. That's not listed here, but it is below the unit test. All right, and it does say always test as you go. Inheritance is key to object-oriented programming. So this week we're looking at implementing inheritance in our stock program. So we're going to have 2 types of retirement accounts, and that retirement account is going to be the parent class, and then we're going to have 2 child classes that are either a traditional account where you pick a stock and you buy a certain amount, or the robo account and you just give it an investment amount and it goes from there and does a simple calculation. So there's 2 different types of child classes there, the traditional account and the robo account, and they both inherit from the main retirement account. Okay, and that is visually portrayed here in the UML diagram. So you have the retirement account with balance and number, and traditional inherits from that and includes another one called stock list, and also has a method called add stock with stock data. Then over here we have Robo, and our Robo account also inherits balance and number from retirement account, and it adds a function called investment return, and that's where we calculate the amount of return based on the number of years and the amount invested. Okay, we're going to write the code for the retirement account class, the traditional and the robo accounts. We can use the stock class code as a guide, and it says check your code comments, make sure you're commenting each major section, and they want us to begin with this line of code, so I'm going to copy that, go log into my Replit account, and begin creating these 3 new classes. Now here in Hints is an example of using inheritance with an animal class as the parent class, and then a dog inherits the characteristics of animals such as age and name, but then it adds to it the breed. And it shows us how to do that here in the constructor. So we're going to do something similar there in our constructor. And then when we get ready to do the final function for our robo class, they've given it to us here in the code. So again, we want to copy this line here and then meet me over in your Replit account. Okay, so here we are in Replit, and I'm in my home file, or in my home account, and you may see your project down here in the recents, but if you don't, come up here to My Repels, and you can click there, and then you get a list of the ones you've done in the past, and this is the one I want to work on. So I'm going to click there, and it's going to take me back to where I left off last week with my stock menu and my stock class. And we can look over here and see that stock class and stock menu are both in my CEIS150 folder. So what I want to do is add this new file in exactly that same folder. And if I don't, it's not going to work right because it needs everything that's in there. And this new one is going to be called account_class.py. Okay, they wanted this for my first line of code, so I copied that and I brought it over. And then they're partially right. So I'm going to take that, but I'm going to make some adjustments there. And then this is actually where we are going to create our parent class. And our parent class is called retirement underscore account. And then we'll start our constructor. Make sure you're doing double underscore init, double underscore. Then we start with self. And if you don't remember, you can check back here. We need balance and number. Balance and number. Okay, so next we'll add balance and number. We need our self dot balance and our self dot number. All right, and then off of that, that's our parent class. So now we're going to create the create our child class, yes, which is in this case will be the traditional stocks. Okay, so class here is traditional, and wow, I love it. Retirement account. It knew exactly what I was going to do. So then we'll set up our def init. And the only thing I didn't like that it did here was it did this is super. I don't want this is super. I'm going to turn this into retirement. Sorry, I can't type retirement underscore account dot, and then the self comma balance comma number that I did up here for actually you could copy that part from here and paste it down here. That's the parent class. It's going to use that, and then it's going to inherit from that and add to it stock underscore list. Okay, and then back here at the same level as my, I think I'll have to move this back. That's why I was having issues. I spelled balance wrong. Okay, now it's on track. It's not mad at me. And back here at the same level as my other def, yes, I want to add stock, and I'm going to pass it self and stock underscore data. And we have the self stock list. Dot append, and we pass it stock data. That's where we want it to append it. Okay, so that's our traditional account. And how did I know what I needed there? It's all based on what we said here in this. So we had retirement account with balance and number. We just did traditional. We added to that stock list and a function called add stock that we passed stock data. Okay, so that's what we just did here. Now we're going to create the robo account. All right, man, it's really smart. So it creates our class called robo based on the retirement account, which is exactly what I want it to do. And then I'll do my def with the init and pass it my balance and the cell balance number. This all comes from the parent class. And then we're going to add to that, instead of the self.stock list, we're going to add years. And how do I know that? Did I just pick that out of the blue? No, I didn't. I did it based on this. We're adding years. And then we're going to add a function called investment return. And because they wanted to speed things up, this is the exact formula they wanted me to use for that particular function. So I'm about to copy it and come down, and at the same line as level as my other one, I'm going to paste this. And I forgot to add years here, so I'm getting a squiggly line there and there because of the years. So we added years here at the end of the def for our robo class, and away went all the squiggly lines. Look at that. And now from stock underscore class, so I have to make sure that stock underscore class is right there in that same folder, CEIS150, so that this will work. Okay, now that we got that portion done, we're going to come down here and copy our unit test. My apologies, I went too far, too fast. So I'm going to stop here at the hashtag for unit test and go until I get to the bottom of where you can see the main and the opening and closing brackets. And I'm going to copy all of that, Control C to copy. And then I'm coming back to the very bottom of what I just finished doing and back to the very first wall, and I'm going to paste that. All right. Now you think I'd be ready to run it, but I have to remember I'm in Replit and I've got to change that configuration. So to run account class, I'm going to have to change it right here where it says stock menu to account underscore class. Now it's ready for me to run it. And wow, starting successful, 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 successful. This is what you want to see. If you see any fails at all, then you have to come back and make a correction. And typically, if you look over here and you see a red circle on this side with an X through it, that's an error. If you're getting red circles on the inside right here, that's from That's actually an anaconda, not here, so don't worry about it. All right, so give me a second while we're here, and let's go ahead and copy what we need for our screenshots. Okay, so the first thing they want a screenshot of is our inherited classes. So we're going to show them all 3 classes that we did today, which is here. And to get it all in, if you need to, you can always do the control minus, and it makes it a little bit smaller. Now I can do my Windows Shift S, and I can copy this. Oh, my apologies. I would come, since they wanted that on line 1, let's start here on line 2 and type in author Christine Halsey. There we go. Now I can get a screenshot, and it's got my name in it and my parent class and my 2 child classes. And I'm going to bring that to this slide and put a nice shot of that in there so that you can see just about everything, and it's a little too big. So when we drag it, make sure to always do that from the corners, and it keeps what's called the aspect ratio so that things don't start looking funny, stretched. That's weird. I don't like it. I can always tell when you've done this and I really want to take off points because it's just aggravating. If I was an employer, it's a bad look, to give you an idea. That's what we're looking at. And who's going to be seeing this but an employer? So let's keep that in mind. Then on this one, they want the output of that unit test. That's why I wanted to stop while I've got it here. And I can go make my screenshot of that. And put it in as well. Okay, now the last one, we have one more section to go. So we'll go do that and come back with our 3rd screenshot. We're going to add the code to our stock menu program. All right, so I'm going to start here at print and come down until I see the test your classes, and I'm going to stop there. So Control C, and then I'll come back over here, and I'm going into stock menu. And where we want to put this is, and that's what we're looking at the investment type method in the stock menu.py program. All right, so our investment underscore type. We're back on stock menu again. Make sure this one is selected. And we're looking for investment type, and here we go. So where it's got print, this method is under construction. We're going to copy or highlight that, and then I'm going to do Control V to paste, and since that was highlighted, it goes right over the top of it, and I don't even have to delete it. Okay, so here's what I just brought in for the investment type on the stockmenu.py program. Okay, you can see here I have red squiggly lines under Robo and Traditional. So what I'm going to do is come up to the very top, and I can do Control Home to get there faster. And up here where I have the hashtag in front of this line, I'm going to get rid of that so that it imports Traditional and Robo from my account class that I just created. Look at there. Isn't that cool? Now if we come down here, you'll see there's no more red squiggly lines under Robo and in our traditional, because now we've created those and it's pulling them in from our account class. I think that's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we're at testing, and you always want to test whatever you do. So we're going to test these classes and make sure that we can add a traditional and a Robo account. So we'll run it. We'll add at least 2 stocks in the main menu. Choose investor type, and then we'll add in a balance and account number. They're going to ask us, and it prompts us to do that, so we'll be ready for that portion. We'll test the traditional account, choose a stock to buy shares, and test buying shares of that stock. And then we'll do the Robo account as well, so we'll have a couple of things on that one screenshot. Okay, so we're going to come back here, and now we're back to testing stock menu. So I'm going to have to come back into my Replit file and change this back to stock underscore menu. And I'll give it a run. Add stock. And at this point, it's not a big concern what kind of numbers we're putting in there. I'll add one more. Okay, so I can list them, make sure it shows them. We know that works. So what we want to do now is hit investor type, which is number 6 here on the list. So we're going to hit 6 for investor type. All right, what's your initial balance? I'm going to say $10,000. And my account number, 12345. So do I want to do traditional or Robo? I'm going to start with traditional. And with traditional, you're going to want to purchase stock. And I'm going to purchase PDF stock. How many do I want to buy? 1,000. So we bought 1,000 of PDF. Do I want to buy more, or do I want to quit? So I'm going to quit. All right, now while I got it here, since that was doing my traditional account, I'm going to take that and copy that and add that to my back screen, or my last page of my, and then I'm going to need another one for the Robo as well, but I think we can fit them both on there. So now we're going to do the number 6 again. What's my initial balance? $10,000. Account number 12345. And I'm going to go Robo this time. And how many years until retirement? And I'm going to put in 10. All right, so then it tells me my investment on my return is $105,000. All right, so I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And get the Robo portion of it. And I can put that back here with this portion. And depending on which way you want to do it, I would label it if you would. All you have to do is go to Insert, and you can grab a text box. This one is the robo account. And yeah, sometimes it does that weird, but and then I can actually copy that and paste it over here. Traditional account. And there we go. We're ready to submit our work.